Today is March the 24th, 2021. A year ago from today, we would have been day 2 into a national lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic. Everything shut down and the world saw something that we had never seen before. People retreated into isolation. Schools, businesses, art centers, everything shut down. I was invited to St Wulfram's church, where I stand here today, to explore the legacy of St Wulfram, who was a patron saint for those of the dangers at sea. People would turn to pray to him. And I was invited to explore that with modern day parallels of today. We had to stop and the project halted due to the COVID-19. And a year later, we're invited to bring that performance back here in this building, in this space. But we'll find that there's a whole new narrative now from that journey that we'd embarked on before. And we've come up with something called the same boat, in reference to something that we've been fed by politicians and governments, that we're all in the same boat together during this pandemic. And actually exploring this idea and dissecting a little bit this fact that I think many of us have realized is not true, and taking the words of writer Damien Barr, that we're not in the same boat, but rather we're in the same storm. Some of us who are more fortunate, perhaps of certain social class, or certain people, certain migrant backgrounds like myself, are far more affected by this disease. And there have been disproportionate numbers of how people are suffering from this disease more than others. So we're not in the same boat, and far from it. Some of us have the luxury of being able to retreat and are perhaps in yachts. Some of us are in rubber dinghies, and some of us are drowning. People have died, including people in my own family, from this disease. So this reference to the same boat, and we're all in the same boat, is a little bit of a lie. We're in the same storm. We all have our own circumstances, but we are certainly not completely in the same boat together. So here in St Wulfram's church, this is what I'm exploring. But this idea, or the myth of us being in the same boat, exploring the concept of the same boat here in St Wulfram's church, it really is in an extraordinary setting. This is not just some local church, but it really is an epic kind of environment that we've created, where we've been handed over the church to interpret this concept of the same boat and present it in an extraordinary form, where we have this canvas structure that we've built especially to paint live onto, and at the same time melding that with the vocals of vocal loop artist and musician Cleveland Watkiss, who will be responding in the moment to the visuals, and all of that will be captured in the form of a short film that we'll be sharing with everybody online. So there'll be no audience as originally planned. We'll be presenting it in a socially distanced environment so that people can watch this digitally. A moment that was supposed to happen a year ago exactly is presented in a new form now.